Remember, if you make a customer happy, they'll tell their friends. If you piss them off, they'll tell everybody they meet. So I want as many happy customers. What's kind of changed for us in the car business from when I started back in 1977? And back then it was, I didn't care about people. Boom, sell them, get them out the door, follow, we didn't care about any of that kind of stuff. You know, just get on to the next customer because there were a whole bunch. Well, nowadays what you've got to do is we're like insurance salesmen. If you know an insurance salesman, and the value of insurance salesman is his book. And it's his book of customers. It's called a book. That's what they call it in the industry. And it's that book that is of value because that's the repeat customers. Those are the people who keep on coming back in. That's the same thing in our business. Our business is, I want to build a book of customers. I'm going to tell you how we do it. We're going to send them emails. We're going to do stuff like this. The one great thing about computers is you can keep in contact with your customers a whole lot easier. Back when I did it, you had to make all the phone calls. Well, we don't have to make the phone calls now. We're going to use the computer to get a hold of a mass market. So the thing is, but it's all about relationships. You got to look at it this way. If I can build a book of 600 customers, and I know that people buy a car about once every 3 years, that means of the 600 customers, 200 of those customers are going to come back to me every year. Now let's assume that I can only get 150 of the 200 sold. I don't get the rest. All right, well, if that's 150 customers, that's approximately 12 per month, I think, if I'm going to do the odd numbers. All right, I'll take that. I'll take 12 per month before I ever talk to one customer who walks on the lot. That's the key to what we do. The reason why Tyler Cancel is making over $200,000 a year is because of follow-up. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. It's called staying on top of your customers. That's where the money is in our business. Now, modern selling, what we do at AutoMax, the first thing we do is, this is where you want to write in, is we persuade. That's what goes in the first line. Presentations. Hurry, 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 step right up, take a look at my car. If you wanted to buy a $27,000 Diamond, which by the way is the average price of a new car in the United States today is $27,000. You want to buy a $27,000 Diamond, you go into a jewelry store, they're whipping out microscopes and fluoroscopes and graphs and charts and certifications. But you can walk onto a car lot in this town and say, I want to take a look at it. The guy's going to say, here, want to take her for a drive? And just hand you the keys. Which to me is amazing. Here's the biggest thing to understand about the car business. It doesn't have anything to do with money, folks. It really doesn't. Number one, 80% of all buyers are payment buyers anyway. Okay? I mean, it's not the price. I mean, hey, I'll tell you what, Roy, I'm going to sell you this car for $100,000, but I can get you into a 5-year note at $300 a month. Will you buy it? Sure, because it's not the price of the car, it's what on a monthly basis. And it's not about money anyway. If you didn't like the car, I mean, you didn't like the car at all, would the price make any difference? No. And if you love the car, within reason, would the price make any difference? It's not about price, folks. Our job is to find a vehicle that people want. That's our job. It's not the money angle. If you do your job right, the money angle takes care of itself. That's the easiest part of this whole scenario. Salesmen think, oh, the big thing is money. No, it's not. If you've done your job, and you've come in their range, you've done it. Your job is to make them want the car. Anybody can close a deal. You need to understand, most people come to us with fears. And we need to understand that they fear, okay? And a lot of their fear comes from the same fear that you have. The number one concern that when a customer has to the car lot, what do you think their number one concern is?
Their money.
No. She's about number 3.
Am I going to make the right choice?
Real close. Am I doing the right thing? See, because that's the same thing you have. I'll use for an example, when I bought a computer, this is my second one. When I bought my first computer, it's the first one I ever owned. And of course I went out shopping, so I'd go to Best Buy. And I'd walk into Best Buy, and no matter what store I walked into, I always end up standing in front of the most expensive laptop in the store. So I happened to go to Sam's Club. I love Sam's Club. I go there on Saturdays to eat lunch. You know, you hit all those free food things about 4 times. Hold breakfast till the last. So I go to Sam's Club, and they get a bunch of computers, which I know are going to be cheaper. So this young kid walks by me. He's got a bit on Sam's, Bob. And I say, Bob, what computer considered the best? Well, Bob said, this isn't my department. But and he's so excited because somebody asked him about computers. Well, a half an hour later, after the guys told me about gigabytes and megabytes and mosquito bites and bite bites, I still don't know what a byte is. And this stuff, right? We finally figured out that the computer I bought was gonna be the best computer, this one right here. Or not this one, but the one I had was an Apple. So anyway, this thing's coming down the conveyor line. I'm standing there getting ready to pay for it. This thing's $1,000. And the number one thought's going through my mind is, whoa, I really hope this sucker, I really hope I'm doing the right thing. I hope this is the right computer. I hope it's going to do what I need it to do, because I'm going to be out on the road for a month. I can't return it. Boy, I'm going to, just this, and this. And those are the concerns I have. Well, that's the same concerns that customers have. See, because I don't care how many cars you bought in your lifetime, you don't buy cars every day. So, and it's a big investment, so that's the worry that people have. You need to recognize that worry. And one of the ways that you deal with that worry is you go back to what is called herd mentality. Most people respond to a herd mentality. Most people are part of the herd. If you go down the street and there's two restaurants, this one's kind of empty, this one's kind of busy. Where do most people go? Busy one. Why?
Because if everyone goes there, it must be good.
Because the herd